All right, so just let y'all know, any court proceeding has to be open to the public because of coronavirus. We actually had to shut down the courtroom to the public, and that's why we're on Zoom. But then the Texas Constitution says that if you don't do it in person, you have to make it available on the internet. So, people want to watch. So this is being broadcast on YouTube. All right. I don't expect anybody to watch on a Friday afternoon, but just so you know, that is happening. So, all right. So we're here for an adoption, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. So I'm kind of curious, like, who all is here? So I know Mr. Joyce. I see mom and dad. Right. So it's Garrett and Meredith. Is that right? Okay. Is your microphone, does that work?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yes. All right. You may have to, I think it's a little bit further away. But yeah, I can hear you. And then who else do we have? Emily.
Yes, sir. I am standing in for their CASA today.
Okay.
I'm CASA Hope for Children.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Kelsey?
Thank you.
Who is Kelsey?
My sister.
Oh, your sister. Okay. Didn't recognize her. Martha Tarrant.
I'm with CK Post-Adoption. I used to be their case manager for foster care.
Thought I recognized you. Everything's different on Zoom. So there's faces that are vaguely familiar. Is Beverly Aiken here, or the phone's that way? Who's Beverly Aiken?
My mom.
Your mom? Okay. All right. And then Charisse? Did I pronounce that right?
I'm a longtime friend of the Ivies.
Good. I really wish y'all could be here in the courtroom. I mean, that would, it's kind of a bummer we're doing this through Zoom, but yeah, I don't think you want to wait another 6 months before we actually get in person. So, all right. And then Lori.
Sure.
Okay. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
And Fredericia?
Yes, I'm the CK case manager supervisor for judicial.
Okay, great. Can you do me a favor? Is when there's a bright light behind a person. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm actually traveling, so I'm kind of okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then who's Courtney? Do we know who Courtney is?
Yeah, Courtney's Garrett's sister.
Hi, I'm Garrett's sister.
Okay. Oh, good. Hello, sister.
Hi.
And then Larry Ivy, is that? Who's Larry Ivy? I mean, I'm assuming they're related, but.
That's my father.
Your dad? Okay. That's wonderful. For me, it's always so important. It's always great to see family here. I mean, it means a lot to me because as the judge that has to review this adoption, seeing family here, it warms my heart to know that it's not, instant family with 3 additional kids. It's not just you two, that we have Courtney and Charisse and Larry and everyone helping you guys. So, all right. So here for adoption. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry to interrupt, Judge. Be sure to speak up. Okay. Your microphone's a little bit delayed, so just be real assertive when your responses, so that the judge can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. First of all, I guess we have to go through this process. Mr. Joyce probably explained there's some questions I have to ask you just to make sure we go. My first question is between Garrett and Meredith. One of you has to answer the question. So which one of you is the boss?
Don't point at Garrett.
All right. Garrett, are you the one?
Yeah.
All right. Great. All right. So if you can, with baby in hand, raise your right hand for me.
All right.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give at this cause currently at trial that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, thank you. You can lower your hand. All right, so you could please tell me what your full legal name is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, your full legal name?
Garrett Graham Ivy.
Okay. And then currently, I don't need the exact address, but what city do you live in?
Arlington, Texas.
And that's in Tarrant County of Arlington?
Yes.
Okay, good. And how long have you lived there?
4 years. Currently, well, we lived in Arlington our whole lives. Yeah.
Okay. Right, but And when were these three children placed in your home?
Yeah, 18 months ago.
18 months. Okay, great. So did you receive a case file on these children for Jay and for Damien and for Yasmin?
Yes.
Okay, I know for these three kids it was a fairly thick file. This was actually one of the first terminations I did in this court as a judge. So did you had a chance to go over that file?
Yes.
Okay, were you satisfied with that any pertinent information that would be necessary is in that file? That's a tough question I'm asking you. Is there anything in there that you don't know? But did you feel like it was a fairly complete case file?
I believe so. Did you have a question?
But there were no like deep-rooted questions that you felt like were missing, nothing glaringly obvious.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Now, do you and Meredith understand that an adoption is a forever and final decision, and that once I grant the adoption, that Damien, Yasmin, and Jay will be your children forever, just as if they had been biologically born to you?
We do.
Okay. So you understand when she is 13 and hates you, mom, and you're the meanest mom in the world, right? She's still your daughter.
Yes.
Okay. And you understand when these two are in a fight and you beating each other up, right? And you don't understand, Dad, what it's like to be a kid. Like, he's still your kid. Okay. Okay. So I do have a couple follow-up questions that my understanding is for Jay that y'all have chosen a new name for Jay. Is that correct?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
My understanding is for Jay, you have chosen a new name for Jay?
Yes.
Okay. What name would you like us to be changed to?
I'll see.
Titus J. Ivy.
Okay. And that, what about for Yasmin? Are you asking for a name change for Yasmin?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like her name changed to?
What's Ruth Ann Maya?
Ruth Ann Ashley Maya Ivy.
Okay. Maya, M-Y-A-H?
Yes.
Okay. And then are you asking for a name change for Damien?
Yes.
Yes.
And what would you like that changed to?
No, James.
James Damian Ivy.
Okay. And then would changing the name from J. Anthony Melendez Jr. to Titus J. Ivy, and changing the name from Damian Felix Melendez to James Damian Ivy, and changing the name from Yasmin Christina Maya Daniels to Ruth Ann Ashley Maya Ivy, would that be in their best interests?
Yes.
Okay. And are you asking me to grant this adoption?
Yes.
Okay, so then it is with great pleasure for me to grant this adoption. There's a couple things I would like to get over, go over with you though. All right. So first of all, is the pen that I'm signing this adoption order with was generously provided by the attorneys that practice in this court, like Mr. Joyce. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this pen that I signed the final orders with for Mr. Joyce, and he can get that to you just so you have a memory of this date and you can keep this pen with you for the children. Okay. The next thing I want to go over with you is that there's just certain concerns I have as a judge when it comes to adoptions. Not bad concerns about you as a parent, but just concerns in general. Okay. The first thing I want to go over is that I understand that that y'all go to the Fielder Church. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, and I think that's fantastic. I understand that when you become foster parents and you receive your foster license, you have to make a statement or agreement that the religious decisions really need to be up to the children, and you can allow them to make the decision when it's appropriate for them. Personally, I disagree with that. I don't think 12-year-old boys should decide whether they go to church or not. Okay. That is not a decision for children to make. It is my opinion that is your duty as a parent. And as a judge granting this adoption, I'm imposing that responsibility upon you and your wife to make the religious and moral decisions for your children. Okay. So when it comes down to it, any restriction you had to be a foster parent for the religious decisions of your children, that is now I am lifting that as a district judge. If you choose to remain as a foster parent, you do have to comply with any agreement with the state of Texas. But if you're not going to be foster licensed, then I'm telling you that I'm not only trusting you, but I'm expecting you to make this decision for the children. Okay. Second thing I want to go over is going to be about the firearms. Okay. I understand as foster parents, you're not supposed to have firearms or ammunition inside the house. That's an agreement you made to become foster parents. I'm also letting you know that I believe in the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, and that is a decision that every citizen of this country should be able to make on their own without restriction from the government. So I am not releasing you from any kind of restriction you had as far as what you as the parents of this household feel is appropriate for your house, whether to defend yourself, to hunt, or for no reason at all. That is your right to have, and it's not the government's job to intrude on that. So I'm letting you know that you are no longer under that restriction. But again, if you choose to foster and retain your foster license, you may voluntarily give up that right to do so. I'm just letting you know you don't have to anymore, okay? Finally, I'm letting you know that when you agree to be foster parents, you also say something about how corporal punishment will not be used, and there's gonna be a series of timeouts and discussions. I will let you know, parent to parent, that sometimes corporal punishment is a necessary part of parenting. It's a very difficult part of parenting. It's one that gives me very much difficulty as a parent myself, but I understand that sometimes that's just what it takes. I'm letting you know now that I am authorizing you, empowering you as parents to do what you think is appropriate for discipline for your children, okay? Now, of course, I'm not telling you abuse is okay. What I'm saying is there are a lot of people who did great in life because they got spanked, present company included, all right? So I just don't want you to feel like you're limited by that. If these three beautiful little angels understood this conversation that you and I just had, I'm not sure they'd be too excited. But you know, fortunately, they're too young to get what's going on. But I'm just letting you know that the state of Texas, as a district judge, I'm telling you, I'm authorizing and empowering you as parents to be the amazing parents that you are. Okay? We have so much, the state has so much faith and confidence in you that we think you're just such a blessing for these children's lives. And I hope these children are equally a blessing in your lives. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. God bless you guys so much. This is such a beautiful family. We don't have to use a Zoom session until 2 o'clock. So if you would like, if Mr. Joyce, if you have something that you would discuss with your clients, I'm going to go ahead and put enable the waiting room so that nobody can join the Zoom session and give you all a chance to talk. You probably have about 5-6 minutes that you can go over with your clients. Everyone else that joins will be in the waiting room by default. And so that gives you opportunity. Is that good enough?
Super. That's great. Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, you're absolutely welcome. Congratulations, Ivies. What a beautiful family.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, guys, so just a little quick word on my next steps, okay? I'm going to go Monday morning to get copies of your order, and I'll have to go both to this courthouse and to the courthouse downtown. Should be able to get copies for everybody at that time. So for most of you, you're going to get it by email. Ivies, I'm going to get you certified copies for you to have. That's going to be the best thing that you'll have for a while, okay? Birth certificate's going to take up to 6 months. We'll send that application to Austin expedited, but it takes a while, okay?
Okay.
All right. And then otherwise, don't go to Social Security until you get both your adoption decree and your new birth certificates because they will want them both. But that's where you go change who mom and dad are on the rolls and your kiddos' names with Social Security, okay?
Okay.
So don't do that until you have both adoption decree and birth certificates. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Just like that, we're all done. Finally.
Woo! We are the Ivy.
All right. Call me if you need anything, okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Hey, now you say.
Say woohoo!
Woohoo!
Funny.
Woohoo!
All right. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
All right. Bye now.
Woohoo!
Oh, that's so
Okay.
Hi, baby.
Yep. Now you get to hang it up.
Oh.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Judge.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to say before we start is I looked over the file, and by the way, your attorney's awesome. I mean, he's always so prepared and gets everything. It's just perfect. So I know it's hard to see in this camera, but can I see you two standing next to each other?
You want to see us standing?
Yes, because there's a 13-inch difference, right?
Yes.
Oh. I
See if
mean,
you can.
oh dear. I can't really.
This is not the best angle, but
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
See,
go.
'cause I wonder, because my wife and I have a 13-inch difference too. So I always wonder like what it looks like to other people.
Are you the taller one?
Yes, it's yeah, going around is just kind of funny. It's now I don't know if I'm less of a gentleman than I was when we were dating, but before, you know, I would open the door for her and let her go first. Now I guess married for 12 years, I open the door and she just walks under my arm.
That's right.
That's fantastic. You have a beautiful family, both of you. Thank you.
you.
Great. So more people joining us. See Ann Watley. Hi, Ann. You're with.
She's my mom.
She's your mom. Okay, great, Mom. And then William Rollinson. Joining us from San Francisco.
No.
I don't know.
Do we know who William Rollinson is?
No.
No? Okay. Mr. Rollinson. Well, okay, he left. I guess he left his heart in San Francisco. All right. Are we waiting anybody else, or we're ready to go forward?
Yeah, I think everybody else is watching on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Fantastic. All right. Are we ready to start?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. So I have a question. So I read you're with Arlington Fire. Is that correct?
Carrollton?
Oh, Carrollton Fire. All right.
Yes, sir.
But you live in Arlington.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I had a couple friends in Arlington Fire. Really came through in a pinch for me. I have an 8-year-old boy, and his birthday's in April during the whole shutdown. And so we just couldn't do a birthday party. So I called him. I was like, hey, do you know anybody at Bedford Fire that might be able to come out for his birthday? Because I was trying to arrange like the small birthday parade and just call people. It was amazing. But yeah, they came out and, you know, brought the Bedford Fire came out, and just the greatest time. My son's talking to him. He's just in awe. He had no idea this was happening. And he's just in awe. And the neighbors' kids are all coming out. And so the firefighters are, I mean, they're just great. I'm sure you enjoy that part of the job. You know,
Oh, yeah,
because
that's great.
nobody's in danger. It's just a happy moment.
Yeah.
So they're talking to my kid, you know, he's never met a stranger. He's always happy talking. And then the firefighters turn to the neighbors and talking to them, and the little kid's just looking at him. He just couldn't answer any questions. He was just in awe. There's a fire truck in front of his house. And so he said, that's the best birthday ever, Dad. And then
That's
that was the last one. We probably had 30 cars. Colleyville Fire came out, Bedford Fire, police came out, sheriff and the constable. And then so the last one came, it was getting dark, and we're going back in the house, and you know, he's still young enough, he'll hold my hand, right? So we're walking back up the front steps to the house. He's like, Dad, this was the best birthday ever. I'm like, well, good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. He said, can you do it again next year? Like, no.
You set the bar pretty high.
Let's see. We have, all right. Okay. Did we lose your mom?
Maybe. She's probably watching on YouTube.
Okay. Mr. Ronson came back, but that's not yours, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we have a court hearing after yours, so he's probably just early for that. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this adoption. And then, so what I want to ask is, I have some questions to ask. My main question first to start off is going to be, which one of you is the boss?
All right. Good
She
answer.
is, all right. All right, Meredith, or Aaron, if you can raise your right hand for me. Okay. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give at this cause currently at trial that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes,
All right, thank you. You can lower your hand. Should I call you Aaron or Ann? Is it Aaron?
I'm Erin.
Aaron, okay, great. All right, so could you please tell me what your full legal name is?
Erin Ann Hall.
All right, and then I don't need the address, but what city do you live in?
Arlington.
Arlington, and that's in Tarrant County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Great. And how long have you lived in that home?
4 years in April.
4 years? Okay, great. Now, at this point, I have to call him baby boy, but when was little boy Kelly, when was he placed in your home?
December 5th, 2018.
Okay, great. And did you receive the case file on your son?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a chance to go over that with your husband and look at the documents?
Yes.
Did you feel like all the pertinent information that's in the file was in there? Is there any kind of information that you wish you had that should be in there that's not?
No, everything's good.
Okay, fantastic. Now, do you understand that adoption is a forever and final decision? That once I grant this adoption, that your son will be your son forever, as if he was biologically born to you, and that you can't go back and undo this. You can't. There's no return policy on these children, right? And you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and you understand that you're going to have the great mother-son dances and lunches at school, but you're also going to have the dad, I might get arrested. Can you come pick me up? Phone calls too, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so, well, good. Have you chosen a new name for your son?
Yes. His
Okay,
name
what?
Luke Declan Hall.
Okay. And that do you believe that changing his name to Luke Declan Hall would be in his best interests?
Yes.
And are you asking me to grant this adoption?
Yes, please.
It is with great just humility and pleasure, and it's my honor to grant this adoption. I've signed the order. I want to let you know, because of the generous donations of attorneys like yours that practice in this court, that they provide these pens. And I want to let you know that the pen I signed the final order of adoption with, I'm going to go ahead and leave for your attorney so they can give to you. So you just have a keepsake and a memory of today's events. And that we can just have it. And just on the cover, it says, and it's just important to me, is adopting one child won't change the world, but for that child, the world will change. And indeed, you have changed the world for everyone by doing this. I'm so grateful that you're all stepping up to be here for Luke. Now I can call you. Now I can call him Luke. All right, so there's a couple things I want to go over with, and Mr. Joyce is familiar with this. This is outside of what most judges do, but it's important to me. All right. Oh, actually, I had a question. One more follow-up, because I looked at your history. So am I correct that you didn't play basketball, but you just walked on at A&M?
That's true.
So you didn't play in high school?
Oh, no, I played in high school.
Okay. All right. So you did play in high school, but then you just, one day you said, I'm going to get on the team on a Division I program.
Kind of. I was invited from a camp. I went to a camp there. They
Okay.
said you could play.
So did you get
So
recruited?
you're not good enough for us to pay for you to go to school here, but you're good enough to be on the team.
Right.
Practice with us.
Yeah. No, my roommate in college, he was Mr. Basketball Indiana, was playing at Division III school, and then decided to transfer from I went to a small Bible college, and then transferred to Purdue and walked on there. It was a great experience for him. But so were you a standout in high school that you would have played a lower level, you just didn't? Or
Yeah, I could have played I had some offers from lower level Division I.
Okay.
Not the Big 12.
Well,
But I wanted to go to A&M, so
okay, right. No, and you both have your rings?
we do.
Okay. No, it's fascinating to me. I thought from the adoption study that you had never touched a basketball in your life. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna walk on. You're like
No.
Akeem Olajuwon type.
Right. No.
Okay. Okay, so a couple things I want to go over, right? First of all, is I understand that y'all are people of faith. Y'all do go to church, is that correct? And that's fantastic. I do as well, and very glad that Luke's going to grow up in a faith-based home. But I want to recognize that to become foster parents and to get licensed, you do have to agree that children should be able to make their own religious decisions, right? It is my opinion that that is not a decision that children are supposed to make. That is a decision that parents are supposed to make for their children. That's part of being a parent, right? So I want to let you know that any restriction that you had as a foster parent, I am now lifting that restriction, and as a district judge, imposing upon you the responsibility, the duty, the rights for your son's religious and moral upbringing. And so now if you choose to be a foster again, then you may have to give up those rights for the other children, but I'm letting you know, as long as you're not being a foster parent, you are the parents. This is your son, right? And you have the duty and the responsibility. I also want to let you know that the second thing is about corporal punishment. I understand as foster parents that you're told that to use timeouts and discussions and a series of different types of sanctions, for lack of a better term, to help raise your children. I disagree. I think sometimes in some situations, as a parent, you have to make a decision that corporal punishment is necessary. I believe that, and I'm telling you that you are no longer under the restriction by the state of Texas to abide by that agreement to receive your foster license, okay? Now, of course, we're not talking about abuse, but what I'm saying is if you feel at the time, with the information that you have, that is what is best for Luke's moral upbringing and discipline, then that's what you got to do, okay? And that's purely up to you. You are the parents now. Finally, it's about firearms, right? About weapons. I understand that as foster parents, you have to agree that you will not have firearms or ammunition in the house, okay? And that's fine. You agree to that to receive your foster license. What I'm letting you know now is it is your right under the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution to do as you choose. If you choose to be responsible firearm owners, great. If you choose not to, that's fine too. But I'm letting you know that you're no longer restricted. That is a decision that as husband and wife, you need to take a decision that you need to make after discussion about whether it's appropriate or not. But do not feel like you're obligated to do so or obligated to not to do so. I generally ask parents if they have kids, please keep weapons and ammunition locked and stored separately. But of course, that's not an order, that's just a request. But I'm letting you know, all these restrictions of fosters, I'm lifting those. But it's important for me to tell you as the parents that you're no longer bound by these, okay? I am telling you as a district judge that the state of Texas has full faith in you two as parents, and we think you are just the most wonderful opportunity for Luke. I am so blessed to be able to be part of this process, okay? Do y'all have any questions for me?
No, sir.
I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, then what I'm going to do is, Mr. Joyce, I can go ahead and leave this session open again so you can follow up, have a discussion.
Just a couple of minutes, Judge. That'd be great.
Okay, not a problem. I'm going to back out, and so you two can have a conversation. The waiting room is still there so that no one will interrupt.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So anyways, congratulations.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay, guys, so just real quickly, I want to just let you know procedurally how it's going to go from here. I'm going to go on Monday morning to the courthouse and get a certified copy of your order, and that will be the document that you present for the next 6 months to anybody that needs proof that he's yours, okay?
Okay.
I'm also going to send off for his new birth certificate when we're going to use the expedited office, but that means very little. It's a pretty broken system, so it's going to take up to 6 months to get a new birth
Okay.
certificate, okay? Coming back to me, and then we're going to forward it on to you once we have it, okay? So
Okay.
I'll just get all that information from
Hey,
you.
Mr. Joyce.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Ms. Carmen Johnson was a little bit late, but
Oh, hi.
so I just admitted her so she could be at least see y'all. Ms. Johnson, I'm sorry we went forward at 2 o'clock, but I want to make sure you got into the Zoom session before it canceled out.
Thank you very much. Hey, I'm so excited.
Hi, Ms. Johnson. Thank you so much.
It's official now.
He's so
Yeah.
big now.
I know. Look at him. He looks great.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say hi. I was like, what is happening today? Nobody told me so. And the caseworker couldn't get in. We've been waiting for about 20 minutes, but she couldn't get in either.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He just waved at you. He just did a little wave. There he goes.
I know that lady, yes.
Hi,
Excellent.
her.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you so
Thank you so
much. Thank
much.
you for coming on.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you for your help.
So then I'll get your birth certificates as soon as they are ready. probably 6 months, okay? And then that's when you go to Social Security. Birth certificate, which you'll get in 6 months, adoption decree, which you'll get next week, okay? You have to have both of those items. They'll change your who mom and dad are on the rolls, no issues. They won't even blink. They'll give if you need a new number, you have to specifically request it, okay? And be assertive. Don't be real polite about it. Be strong, okay?
So are you saying that his social security number is like his original one?
Currently.
So we have to go to the social security office and get him a new number.
Right, you got to specifically request a new number. If you don't ask for a new number, they'll just associate his new name and his new parents with his old number.
Okay.
And so, you know, every adoptive parent has to decide how important an issue it is for them, but I encourage you to ask for a new number.
Okay.
Unless you just have such confidence that nobody knows it, that you don't need to.
Yeah.
It's a good practice to get a new number, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
taxes are all crazy these days, but if it's a situation where you need to file taxes with your old number, I'd encourage you to get an extension or something. We don't want to associate old number with new name. If you do that once, they will never change it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's the long and short of it, okay? So I really appreciate you guys. Call me if you need anything. Otherwise, I'll touch base with you next week when I have a copy of your order in my hand, and we'll coordinate getting that to you, okay?
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Hello? I can't hear you.
We are all on mute. I believe that was our instructions. But I will stand up and salute to your flag behind you.
Now, can you hear us? Yeah, okay. I'm muting it.
Yes, we can hear you. You just turned mute back on.
We're back on.
There you go.
Now I'm going to mute you.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, there's Courtney. Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Hi there. So excited.
Yeah.
Abigail. Oh.
Hi, Ashley.
Did she do?
Hello, Ms. Hughes.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Are we scheduled for 2:30 or 3?
2:30.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm late. I thought I was early. I saw all these people in the waiting room.
Yes. Your Honor, do my client have permission to record this?
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, can you all hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, is there any kind of feedback or audio delay or?
No, you're good, Jared.
Awesome, okay.
All right.
Kelly, that is a beautiful family. That is so wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Judge Kim. You want to speak your view? That's whoever's talking.
No.
All right. We have, I know it seems like we're kind of having people join, you know, about how many more people. I don't mind waiting for everyone to join. I want everyone to watch who wants to watch.
Okay, let me think. Let me see.
Jerry, do you believe everybody's here?
I'm gonna go and sound them off. So we got Abuelo and Abuela. We've got Aunt Nina, Uncle Brett, got Uncle Joseph. I saw Aunt Eve. Yep, there's Aunt Eve.
There we go.
I don't see Uncle Nathan and Aunt Zoe, but we'll see if they join or not.
Is Gigi and Papa John on?
They are.
Will you wave at us? Oh, there you are. Okay.
I think that's.
No, don't stress out. You have me all afternoon if you need me all afternoon. All right, we'll have all the time in the world for you guys.
I mean, you can ask real quick if they're gonna come, but.
Mom, will you call Nathan and Zoe and check?
I just called Nathan. He didn't answer. I'll call Zoe, and then if they don't answer, let's just get started.
All right.
Yeah, they may not be able to answer. They're out in the field. So,
Working.
They're in sales.
They can
You know how
watch on.
sales-
They
you know
can
how
watch
sales
on the
goes?
judge's YouTube channel.
That's true.
That's true. We did send that out. Did we figure out the
Oh, Miss Kelly, did you ask about recording?
Yes, I did. And Judge said you could absolutely record.
Also, let me see. We got it over here.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a question.
Permission.
Would you like me to I can stop the YouTube broadcast and start another one and just give you all the link so you can always share it on YouTube? Would that be better?
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. So the only reason why I broadcast this